All right, let's start with the big story that we're tracking on WION this hour, where the United Nations General Assembly has now passed a resolution condemning the human rights violations against the Rohingya community in Myanmar. 134 members voted in favor of the resolution, while 9 voted against it. Beyond condemning the atrocities, the Assembly has also called on the government in Myanmar to urgently combat the abuses that Rohingyas have been facing and are subjected to in the country. Now, the Assembly resolution is indeed a reflection of what the world community thinks about the Rohingya crisis. But it changes little as the resolution is not a legally binding one. Now, the Buddhist majority country of Myanmar considers the Rohingyas to be outsiders, even though they have been living there for generations. Now, the systemic discrimination against them reached the tipping point when the military stepped in. From August 2017, the military has launched what it describes as a clearance campaign in the Rakhine province, leading to hundreds of people being killed, raped and tortured. Myanmar has been taken to the court over its brutality during the operation, and Myanmar's ambassador to the United Nations, How Do Swan, has slammed the resolution passed by the General Assembly. He said that the resolution exposes the double standards of the United Nations when it comes to application of human rights. Meanwhile, Russia has claimed unassailable primacy with its hypersonic missiles, and if Kremlin's claims are to be believed, then Russia has deployed its second hypersonic missile system called the Avangard. Now, back in the year 2018, remember, Putin had claimed that the Avangard can travel 20 times faster than the speed of sound. Though Moscow has not divulged information on where the Avangard has been deployed, there are multiple officials who have earlier hinted that the Ural Mountains could be a place where Russia would have deployed them. Now, this deployment follows the Kinshal hypersonic system that is already in service, and according to Vladimir Putin, Russia is leading the world in hypersonic missile technology. There is no way to verify these tall claims made by Vladimir Putin about the missile system, but there does seem to be consensus that Russia is indeed leading the way. By their own admission, both the United States and China are at least a couple of years ahead, are in fact a couple of years away before they can deploy their own set of hypersonic weapons. So let's tell you a bit more about the missiles now. Avangard uses what is known as the glide system. This means that the hypersonic vehicle is mounted on an intercontinental ballistic missile. Now, at a certain altitude, it separates from the ballistic missile and then glides towards the target. This makes the missiles extremely agile and almost impossible to intercept at hypersonic speeds. Now, the Avangard can carry a 2-megaton nuclear warhead and can reportedly strike pretty much any point on the Earth. If Russian claims are true, and that's of course a big if, then they have developed a weapon that leaves pretty much all nations around the world defenseless against Russia. There will of course be implications for this deployment. Putin claims that the US pushed Russia towards developing the hypersonic missiles. It also puts a strain on the last remaining missile treaty between Russia and the United States, which is the New START treaty. It expires on February 2021, and at this point of time, there is no agreement on how to further extend it. Needless to say that the United States will now be pushing for entry into the hypersonic club as soon as possible.